I'm Christy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with a quick book haul. So I'm about to go to the Sweetgrass book signing before I'm filming this video. So I just wanted to kind of clear out some of my recent book hauls so that when I come back from the signing and have books to haul again, they're not like in the way or kind of adding to this pile. So I just want to like clear this pile out, start fresh after the signing. So I think I have about 25 books to haul today. I have special editions as well as some just regular editions, newer books that I've liked recently, some book mail, all of those things. So we're going to get into it. First up is In Want of a Viscount by Lorraine Heath. This is her newest historical romance. It just released in February. I love this one. I read an arc of it, so I read it early and absolutely loved it. Lorraine Heath is my historical romance queen, and this book just delivered. This one we have an American inventor as the heroine, and she meets the hero when she's in London to get investors for her family's business, and so they meet. It kind of goes from there. It does have tie-ins to other books, other series from Lorraine Heath, so I love that about her books. Here is the gorgeous cover for this one. I was sent this one from the publisher, and I'm so excited to have a finished copy. Next up are two books that I was also sent from a different publisher. So first up we have A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Legrand. The second book, which comes out in September, A Song of Ash and Moonlight. I do really love these covers. I have seen this one a ton around recently, so I have no idea actually what they're about, but I was sent them from the publisher, so maybe I will get to them. I think they're fantasy. I want to say they're fantasy romance. And I was also sent The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest, also from the publisher, so I did read this one. I actually didn't love it, sadly, so this one I will be doing like a giveaway or possibly just unhauling it when I go to my local like used bookstore. So there is that. This is this one though. I do love the cover. It's so stinking cute. The pink and the Las Vegas. This one's basically Second Chance, where they end up pretending to be fake married after that they think they got married in Vegas, but they didn't. So there's like a fake marriage situation, Second Chance. Like, it was kind of a miss for me. So you can see me talk about it in my March mid-month wrap up if you want to see more. But yeah, that's that one. Then I was sent this trilogy from Bloom, from the publisher. So we have My Fault, Your Fault, and I think Our Fault. So this is this trilogy. I know this one is an Amazon like Prime Video movie as well, which I did watch. Very angsty and messy and kind of all of those vibes. So here is this first one. The second book is Your Fault, and then the last book is Our Fault. So I haven't read these yet, but like I said, I have watched the first movie for the first book, and so yeah, let me know if you've read this series and enjoyed them. Then I was sent Best Kept Secret by Emily Silver. So the author was super sweet, sent me the arc and also sent me a whole goodie package for this release. I do really love this cover. I think it's so sneaking pretty. This is basically the start of her new hockey romance series. So this is set in college, and the hero is a student athlete who's on scholarship at the school, and for him to stay there and kind of have his chances of becoming pro or being seen, he needs to keep his grades up. They're slipping, so he ends up reaching out to the heroine at the like tutor center at the campus, and she is a tutor, and so they kind of start to know one another from there. They also do kind of know one another because their fathers were rival football players like 20 years ago, so it's kind of like an Off Limits vibe, and it kind of goes from there. College setting. This one just came out in March. I didn't super love it. I gave it 3 stars, but I am excited for kind of the start of a new hockey series. So yeah, low angst though for sure. Then I was sent this stunning edition of My Dark Desire by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shin. This book, the pink and the teal, look absolutely stunning together. I'm obsessed with the covers for this series. This one follows or exists in the same world as My Dark Romeo. I still need to read both of the books in the series, but I'm so excited to have this beautiful edition on my shelves. It came signed as well by both of the authors, so I'm very excited to read this one. So thank you to them for sending me this. Then I had pre-ordered for myself This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. This is the Barnes & Noble edition, so it has kind of the pink foil on the flowers, if you can see that. I think usually it's like orange for the other editions. So I ended up purchasing this one, I think back when like Barnes & Noble does all of their like pre-order sales. So I got this, I think last year, and it finally came in because this book just came out at the beginning of March. Kennedy Ryan is always a solid writer. I love her romances. I think this one in particular leans more towards women's fiction, which is totally fine. So yeah, 4 stars for this one for me. I did love it, but there were some things that I wanted more from, being a romance reader primarily. So yeah, I talk more about it in my mid-month wrap up as well if you want to see that. Then I was sent Where We Belong by Ashley Munoz from the author. So I did read this one, absolutely loved it. If you want a new MC series to be obsessed with that are set in small town, kind of more low on the MC action, this series is definitely it. Where We Started is the first book. I know the audio is already out, and I know it's on like library resources as well. So check that out. This is book 2, and it is just so good. Like both books in the series, I think I've given them both 5 stars. maybe like 4.5 stars for the first one, and this one was 5 stars. So, so good. This one has like opposites attract vibe and forced proximity, where the heroine is at the clubhouse and the hero is the new MC president. And they kind of have this like bantery, kind of hateful vibe that starts off, but they're also super pulled to one another. Majorly tortured hero, which I love. A tortured, broody hero is the hero for this one, who kind of doesn't want anybody to get close to him because he doesn't want to lose them. I love them, was obsessed with them. So, so good. Where we belong. Next up is Blitz by Devney Perry. I was sent this one by the author as well, so I did read this one, and I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. This one was an okay college sports romance where basically the hero is a football coach, the heroine is a volleyball player at the school. They actually meet first at a party that the hero is hosting because she's his new neighbor, and they don't know who one another is, and so they hit it off. They have a one-night kind of stand situation, and then they meet again later at the college where they realize that he's a coach there and she's a student there. Even though it's not for the same sport, the college has where like obviously coaches and students can't be together, and so it has this like forbidden element. There is age gap. This is what a lot of things that the hero and the heroine are kind of both working through. The hero has a lot of trauma from his past and loss, where he has kind of been the caretaker for so many, and so the heroine comes into his life and she ends up kind of like being the caretaker for him for once, and then the heroine's kind of deciding what she wants to do with her life. Basically her mother was a volleyball legend, and the heroine's not sure if she wants to do that anymore, so it kind of goes from there. It was okay, not my favorite. I loved Coach, the first book in the series, more, but like this one is pretty short, so there is that. So I recently went to a used bookstore and found Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. So this is one that I have been meaning to read forever, this series. I think I heard about it like 5 years ago at this point, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool, I'll get to it. Still haven't gotten to it, so hopefully I do soon. I've heard so much about this series, and so I know this is like the 4 Horsemen series, I want to say, so I think there's like Pestilence, War, Death, Famine, I want to say those are them, maybe like in different orders, but I know that is this series. I know it's like post-apocalyptic, or maybe like the apocalypse is coming, so I love those type of reads, so hopefully I get to the series soon, since I did finally find a copy of it. So yeah, let me know if you read the series. Next up, I did share in my mid-month wrap-up that Holly Black actually came up to Alaska, which is super rare. Nobody ever comes up here, so since she was doing a book signing at the local Barnes & Noble, I decided to go because any author that's going to come up here, I'm going to go and see them. So when you got the ticket for the event, it came with her newest release, which is The Prisoner's Throne. So this is, I think, like the Barnes & Noble exclusive Dust Jacket edition. So I did read this one as well. I think I gave it 4 stars, maybe like 3.5, 4 stars. It was a fun time. I loved all the like Jude and Carden moments, which if you've read the Cruel Prince trilogy, this duology is kind of like a spin-off of it. This is the second book in the duology. And so this one, it gave us all of the Jude and Carden like moments and all of those things that I was just eating up. So I loved it for that. And it was just a fun time, like seeing the characters again, seeing all those like family relationships and secrets and learning things and adventures and getting taken captive and all of those things that come along in all of Holly Black's like fairy world. So there is that. It was a fun time. I do think it was a little bit too long, so not like a favorite for me, but like it was fun. YA fantasy. So next up, I have my recent book of the month box. So I think this was my March box, and then it came with, like, since I'm a BFF member or whatever, like you get like one of the top 5 books of the year choices as like an add-on. So I grabbed the one that I didn't have yet from those. So I grabbed A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. I haven't read this one yet. I've heard a ton of things, some mixed reviews. I'm kind of curious to see what I think. I haven't read this author yet. I know that I've had like The Bridge Kingdom from them on my TBR for quite a few years now. So I plan to get to it. Hopefully I get to this one. Let me know if you've read it. And I do love thrillers as well. So I grabbed Murder Road by Simone St. James. I have read, I think, the last 3 or 4 books from this author now, which I have had some favorites, had some misses, so I'm curious to see where this one falls. So let me know if you read this one. So this is the one that I said that you could like pick from their 5 top books of the year and like get one for free in your box. So this is the one that I picked. So it's Shark Cart by Emily Habbock. And this one, I just love the cover. I think it's so pretty. And then I read it and it kind of sounds fun too. So I think it's a magical realism. It says it's a gorgeous debut novel of marriage, motherhood, metamorphosis, and letting go. An intergenerational love story begins with newlyweds Ren and her husband Lewis, a man who over the course of 9 months transforms into a great white shark. I don't know. That sounds like a fun time to me, so I'm kind of here for it. And we will see what I think about it. It was voted like one of the top 5 books that they released for the past year, so let me know if you read this one. I don't think I've heard anybody who's read it, but it kind of sounds fun, so let me know. All right, next we have my favorite part of any book haul, which are the special editions. You know, I love my special editions. Those are my favorite things to collect. So these are 3 special editions that I got from a recent book box, or recently got it, but I think I purchased it last summer or fall. And so people are just getting them from their orders. So this is, I think, from Marley Valentine's, like Must Reads book box, something like that. This was a collab with another creator, which is Phil's Book Corner. So I was excited for the books that was picked and the authors, which they were all like shown and released ahead of time. So I'm very excited. So let's get into it. So first up is Free Fall by Sarah Kate. As you can see, it has the gold foil on here and on the back as well. I think they are just absolutely stunning. So good. I think this one, if I remember correctly, I think this one is MMF. one of those things. This one is a new release actually from C.E. Ricky and Marley Valentine together. So this is Want You Still. Love, like I said, the gold on here again, and like the letters and the gold foiling on the back as well. This is their newest release. I don't know anything about it. I just know I love both authors and I'm excited for it. This has just like super pretty interior formatting as well. All right, and then this one is Head Above Water by C.E. Ricky. I have read this one and really enjoyed it. So here is the beautiful cover, and then on the back as well. If you know me, you know I love a gold shiny foil moment. So yeah, so excited for this one. This one again, it just has a really pretty interior formatting. They all have stunning interior formatting, and yeah, so excited to have all these, which these last two I didn't mention, but they're both MM, which I love that about the box. So it's like MFM, I think, and then MM for both of these. All right, and then this was a recent Hello Lovely box, Trope of the Month box. So this is Sinful Vow by Asia Monique. I've actually never heard of this author, so that's the fun thing about the trope box, where there's sometimes books and authors that you know and love, and then sometimes it's a new surprise. So every month is a new trope. So that is this one. I love the red, and again, the gold on here. I think this one's actually Mafia, so I am excited to try it out. So let me know if you've read this author before. I would love to know. I am a rep for Hello Lovely as well, so if you ever want to get their Trope of the Month box, get any of their merch, their swag, any of those things, you can use my code Christy Rieselot 15 on their website to get any of those things that you want at a discount. So yeah, definitely check them out. I love Hello Lovely. Next up is this stunner. I think this is my recent favorite special edition that I've gotten in a long time. This is Fairytale by Veronica Lancet, and this is a stunner. This is from the Arcane Society, which is the same book box people that do Mystic Box and a Bell Book box. So this is their like fantasy, paranormal, those kind of vibes. So here is this beautiful, stunning cover. Again, the gold and the cover art is just absolutely beautiful. We have the sprayed edges, and then on the back as well, Obsessed. It looks so pretty and so good, like the spine. The interior as well is really pretty. Then we kind of have this like really pretty interior formatting as well throughout. So I am excited. This one has actually been on my TBR for over a year now. I know it's like dark, gothic, fantasy, historical, kind of has all of those elements in it. And I'm excited to get to it. Like I don't want to know too much. One of my best book friends read it and told me like, don't read too much into it, like of what it's about, just go into it. So I'm excited to get to it. Hopefully I get to it soon since I have this beautiful edition now. Then the Bookish box had an add-on that they did, I think last year, and it finally came in. So this is Between Despair and Hope from Jess Wisecup. Here is this cover with the really pretty blue. And then we have it on the back as well with the hero focusing on there. And the sprayed edges. This is the second book in her series, which comes after Between Wrath and Mercy, which was one of my favorite fantasy romances of last year. Absolutely love this series. This is the second book. I have read it, and I just wanted to get the add-on since they did the first book as a special edition as well. So this kind of matches the set. So that is what this one is. I'm anxiously awaiting book 3, which I think is supposed to come out maybe later this year. So yeah, very excited to have this beautiful book. And also from Bookish box is Salt Kiss from Sierra Simone. So this is like the alternate dust jacket, but I swapped it around because I liked this version more. So here is the cover, and then we have the sprayed edges and the back. This is like what the dust jacket would have looked like, so I just swapped it around. The like naked version is so pretty as well. I love the like dark turquoise or the teal and the gold. I'm a gold girl, like I said, so I love that. This is really pretty in-page art. Heroine as well in here, because this whole series, I think it's going to be like MMF at the end. Maybe MFM, I don't know. Either way, there's 3 people in this situation. They're all going to be together. So yeah, this is one of the books in the series. I really enjoyed this one last year, so yeah, I am excited to have this pretty edition. And then lastly, I got these 2 special editions together. So I think this was from Lucy Eden. She does like special editions sometimes, an author. And so this one I really wanted because of this Kennedy Ryan special edition. And then the one I got actually came with the Brittany C. Cherry one, which I am not mad about because I love Brittany Cherry. So excited to have both of these. So this is the Kennedy Ryan one. It is her Hoops shorts, which have 2 novellas that are part of her Hoops series. I have read this and love both of the books. Like I said, I love Kennedy Ryan. And I just loved seeing this cover. So good. The underside as well, we have like a full photo of the heroines on here for both of their books. So yeah, just super excited to have this edition. These are the 2 novellas in the book as well. And then like I said, it came with the Brittany C. Cherry one. So this is Southern Storms, part of her, I think, is it Compass series or something like that? I need to catch up on this series because I haven't read them since the first book came out. But the underside has this pretty edition. This one is like a little bit more plain, so like I probably wouldn't have gotten it by itself, but like it came with the Hoops one, which is what I wanted from Kennedy Ryan. So I got both, and I love both authors, so I'm excited to have them. So that is my super quick book haul for today. Definitely let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, if you plan to read any of these books, a recent book that you hauled and are excited for, let me know that as well. And if you'd rather leave me an emoji in the comments today, let me know that you watched this video, and maybe leave me headphones, since I am wearing my audiobooks are real books t-shirt from Hello Lovely. So yeah, the headphones emoji. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I will see you in my next one.